100 girlfriends. Hello, everybody. Hello, hello.
On the girlfriends, how's it going?
This feels like a how do I want to put this? Like it's a great chapter, but it's like no huge bombshell. This almost feels like the Saturday morning cartoon of 100 girlfriends chapters.
Yeah, I mean they're basically like these are becoming the quote unquote filler of the series. Like, obviously,
I don't believe in filler. Manga doesn't have filler. Only anime has.
But yeah.
Filler. If the author puts pen to paper and creates it, it is not filler.
I mean, yes, this is a conversation I've seen discussed in like say the writing subreddit on Reddit where people will talk about like, okay, yeah, it's not possible for the original work to have filler. Technically, only an adaptation could have filler. But yeah, for lack of a better word, it's just like the true slice of life parts of the story where it's just like literally a 2-page slice of what's going on in each of these girls' lives. But,
as long as you can glean, as long as you can glean little bits of character development and direction, I think it's worthwhile.
Yeah, we got some very interesting pairings here. I mean, I guess we start off with one that we saw last chapter. A little bit of elaboration on what we saw last chapter with, Himiko and Meru being all abnormally.
Oh yes, yeah. This is clearly after they were spiraling in the deep tank, and they were like, we haven't hung out for it. That was like the first time we were like really hanging out, and it was underwater, and I couldn't understand what you were saying.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I was gonna say I'm sure they had a chance to chat before Rentaro showed up. But I mean, I guess
no, only Rentaro can understand that.
Yeah. So yeah, that must have been a little bit it must have been a little interesting waiting together. They were able to communicate.
They were aura farming together.
Yeah.
Girl, I have never aura farmed with. I have never had. You matched my aura farming, and I respect that.
I feel like we've talked about these two together, like what these two together would be like before. But I mean, I can't really.
Maybe
remember.
I don't remember.
They are a match made in heaven, I guess. Like especially from Himiko's perspective.
Or hell.
Yeah. I'm sure Himiko would prefer that because I mean, everyone talks about matches made in heaven, but what about the matches made in hell? It's like
match made in limbo. Okay.
Yeah.
No. So what I immediately kind of picked up on here is when she looks at her and she's like, "You truly are filled with such a childlike fairy tale innocence." I think what I thought of there was basically like Meru is the type of person who I think, with the exception of her writing, is like kind of what's hardened to life, right? As we know, and so like little things like drinking your drink a different way. It's like something when you're an adult, you don't do weird shit like that, right? Usually it's just you get into the slog, the routine. You've seen little like Instagram posts where it's like, take the time to smell the roses, skip on your way to work, dance a little in your car. Like it's little things like that make life. You can tell Meru don't be doing that shit, right? Because Meru would be like, what's the point? What's the point? So like I think that there's an interesting miscommunication happening here where Meru is like basically like you remind me of the fairy tale innocence of like a child with what you're doing. Obviously, Kiki is looking at it like, oh my god, she thinks I'm weird. I love it. And whereas Meru is like, wow, you the fact that you even like care what people think of you to that degree is refreshingly childlike. You know what I mean?
True.
Because like I've noticed this before, like when I get into my little like numb bouts of depression, you get to a point where like you're really sad or anxious or depressed or you're really worried about what people think of you, but then you have a separate point in your life where you're just completely numb and you realize how much better it is to feel sad than nothing at all, right?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like when I
mean, I don't think I've ever been that depressed, but yeah, I've heard
all the
people
time
explain, like, describe that. So I recognize what you're talking about.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's a crazy feeling when like, because feeling emotion is always better than feeling nothing. That's why I like art that makes me cry. You know what I mean? I think some people there are normies I've spoken to that like don't understand the concept of like watching stuff that disgusts you or makes you cry. It's like because feeling.
Okay, well, I have to bet I'm a little bit more on team feeling nothing is better than feeling bad, but
that's the nano coming out.
Yeah. Like I definitely prefer to feel content, and then
because you're mixing content is not nothing. Positive is not nothing. So you're taking the neutral and assuming that is nothing. When I mean nothing, I mean nothing.
It's very rare for me to feel nothing. Like I mean, I'll admit there were some times in college where I was like, I would not mind getting hit by this car as I'm
Yeah.
crossing the road, but I never got lower than that. It was basically just kind of like at that sort of first stage, I guess.
Well,
As
I
I've
guess the
heard
way I
sometimes
would
described.
example it would be like, like the best times in my life are times where I'm like excited to go home because there's like this new show I'm watching or this new book I'm reading or this new game, or like I see Allie and my heart jumps and I run and hug her. But like in times where I feel nothing, I just can't even be bothered to be excited about things. You know what I mean? And that is just a terrible feeling. That's why hyperfixations are like mean the world to me, because a lot of times hyperfixations bring me out of that. Including this series here. So like that's kind of what I gathered from this conversation, was like, Meru, with the exception of her one thing, which is writing, is like, I think she's a feel nothing type person. And so I think she finds it, because there's like a meta subtextual level here where like, she's not just talking about, oh, you're weird, you do weird stuff. It's the fact that you care so much
Like
how people perceive you is nice. I like that, and I wish I cared like that.
Yeah, it's like a very heedless sort of passion. Like I'm sure Mary would be like, like you mentioned before, like very what's the point about any sort of goal or passion you give. But Himiko's over here is like, I'm just gonna be abnormal because I want to be abnormal.
Yep.
I don't give a fuck about any of the whys or the what's bad. And I'm sure that's probably what Mary's seeing. That sort of like, that childlike lack of questioning the sort of whys behind your like goals and fixations kind of thing.
Yeah,
that'd actually be a bit interesting if we get a little chat about Himika has to like go through like an existential crisis, like why do I want to be abnormal?
That would be great. Her serious arc in 2035.
Yeah.
I mean that I enjoy it. I enjoyed that little conversation a lot, and we're getting a lot more high detail smug faces from her lately, man. They're looking like an emoji. They're getting like ridiculous.
Like I'm half expecting her mouth to start going above her nose at some point.
I need someone to. That would be such an easy edit too. Like just take her fucking mouth. It's like all white around it, so you can easily PNG it out and just start moving it up. I'm gonna do it.
Between her eyes, between her forehead, off the screen.
I'm gonna do it. That's going in the Discord.
Right. You heard it here, folks, viewers. If you want to see that, you're not already in Discord. It's a very easy way to see it by joining the Discord.
Yeah.
Enough about that.
We really do allow parasociality in the Discord. Okay, if you want to just be our friend and feel like our friend, come on in.
Yeah.
No, really though. I mean, it's like 60 people in there. It's growing, but we do try to actually talk to people. So come in here, come in, feel like our friend.
Yeah.
And you're kind of.
I'm not the best. What are those people? Like salesman. Yeah, I'm not the best salesman, but like Red said, feel free to join. Feel free to meme it up with all the the other 100 girlfriends, fans.
Memes aside, I really do love that Discord. We've speaking of, I just went badoo right now. I really do appreciate it. I mean, it's brought me a lot of joy in my life, and I think it's genuinely one of the best accomplishments of my life is being a part of creating that. It has nothing to do with me or us. The fact that it's like such a positive community, and we've been told by people in that community over and over again, like it's like the most positive Discord community they've ever been in, and we are going to strive to keep it that way. So go in there if you want a group of genuine people that want to be friends and they're chill and no one says the N-word and all that stuff.
Yeah,
it's one of those kind of Discord server, that one woke Discord server.
There's so many people that are chilling and having fun. I can't keep up with everyone like that. I'll go one day, off the server and then come back and like, oh, you have 100 new messages to like look through. I'm like, okay, well, I'll look through and just emote at everyone.
Yeah, that's exactly what I do. Oh my god! All right, we got so fucking Matsuri was the star of this. She got 2. I understand that the first one is Saki theme or Saki focus, but Matsuri was just everywhere, an all-encompassing force.
There were a few other girls who had some little cameos here and there, but yeah, like Mai had one.
We got our one Karane silhouette in the background.
Yes. Not even her face. Just
tragic. I hear her voice though. Everywhere I look, I hear her voice. But yeah, I really do love this arm wrestle, man. And I love it. I really love that Shizuka actually almost won, and she's like, "Oh my god!"
Yes.
Like she's concerned for her. She's like, "Girl, do you have like osteoporosis or something?" Like,
Yeah, yeah, I love the title. Like the eldest Banjo of today versus the feeblest bunny in history. Like, I'm like, all right, Jujutsu Kaisen. Like,
they're both opening their domain expansion right now.
yeah,
It's so
like domain,
cute. Good.
like domain expansion, like Banjo or whatever versus domain expansion.
I'm sorry. I'm
Librarian.
leaving you hanging. I can't think of anything.
Yeah, just librarian, like infinite library. Wait, what's that? What's that?
World of
Chainsaw Man
books.
character. The
Halloween.
brain with,
Halloween.
yeah,
Oh, you'll be able to. That was so. Bro, Fujimoto really mastered the art of just writing whatever the fuck he wanted to do and somehow making it feel like Shakespeare. He was in. And then it all caught up with him in part two. But I mean, my God, he was just like.
apparently, I've been seeing some YouTube videos about how apparently Fujimoto's managed to turn around.
One fucking chapter happens and they're like, it's back, chill out.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
the last chapter was good, okay, but you don't instantly fucking
Oh, okay.
180.
I didn't realize it was. I didn't realize it was just like the last chapter. I don't know. I guess I was reading in like maybe like the last few weeks have been because I mean, yeah, if people are really going off of one chapter, when we have the whole picture, I'm like, okay,
I'll say
let's
this.
calm down,
I think the
everyone.
reason people are saying that is because the plot is fucking moving. Like the main plot, like the shit with the Death Devil is kind of kicking off finally, and it's like, oh, I think that's why. It's because it feels like shit's. It's funny. It's kind of comes back to our filler in manga canon conversation from earlier.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I love that how. And you can see like their hands quivering, right? And what I love about the first thing I thought about. So there's two things I thought about. One. We'll never get this in the anime because I don't know if you heard the anime it's on shaky legs apparently because which is unfortunate. But I hope buy those Blu-rays, buy the manga.
Yeah. I'm putting my hands together, praying, doing my 100 GF prayer every day, like a rosary, like times 2 kind of.
Yeah, if we don't get Rin animated, I don't know if Rios will make it.
Yeah, I'll animate it myself.
Fine.
That'd be insane.
Puts on artist glove. I'll do it myself.
Yeah, artist Infinity Gauntlet.
Fuck yeah. So two things I thought. One here is that I need like this moment where they're hand wrestling.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, arm wrestling, but like a bunch of drone footage, like just different camera angles.
Oh yeah,
like
dramatic angles, like showing like a anti view, like down the ground, showing them as like big distort, like as if they're like giants.
The announcer from the fucking food contest comes back. She's like commentating. But then the other thing I need is I am convinced that if you could somehow put a soda can in between their two hands, it wouldn't even crush.
Yeah, I can see it. Like
there is zero force.
Like they got like negative pressure. Like give them a crunched up soda can, it will come out uncrushed. Basically.
I actually wish that I really wish that he could have portrayed that somehow in the manga, like how little force is being portrayed, because I could just imagine like there's just nothing happening here. I don't think that they could like squash like a fly fucking like lands in between their two hands, they start, and then the fly like leaves.
Yeah, like oh my lord, yeah. But, I mean, I just love the idea. Like Shizuka really thought he was gonna give Saki a layup. Like he was like he was happy to do it, but it's like he's like, oh my god, I like. Not that she didn't almost beat her, but he's like she's that weak. Like like damn.
There's a couple things. There's some interesting stuff about Shizuka here, and I think right. So you always bring up the moment with Kusuri, where Kusuri was really socially aware and like noticed an awkward situation, and she's like, getting awkward. And we remember that.
Yeah.
So like this reminded me of that, but for Shizuka. Now obviously we knew Shizuka already had social awareness, but it's cool to see, right, that she is very willing to be like, okay, I want to make her feel better, so I'm gonna do this like, all right, bitch, arm wrestle me, and yeah, she's totally willing to weaponize her own weakness to make others feel better. That's really interesting. But also on top of that, I think it's also equally interesting that she was not going to throw it. Right? Like, that is something she didn't want to do. I'm not just going to fucking limp noodle arm and, I'm still going to try. But I think that's interesting.
Yeah. I mean, she's very sweet. We've seen, Shizuka do these sorts of, nice things for other characters. For, with Meme, where she'll, like, hide her behind her long-ass skirt or something like that. Or there are other moments, too, I can't remember them off the top of my head. But, yeah. I mean, yeah, she's because of being, best girl as always, like a Nakamura favoritism, like when or whatever. Like,
Her first arm wrestling win in her entire life, by the way.
my yes,
God. I love that no one, by the way, that proves that no one has ever taken pity on her ever. Like anyone, no one she's ever arm wrestled.
but she's too weak. They're like, okay, I know how much force to put down, and they just immediately drop her arm. Like, oh my god, I'm so sorry. I was trying to make you look better.
I want to see if she, like what can. Okay, we need to see her at a gym. What can she bench? She probably can't even bench the bar.
Oh my god! Like the 5-pound weights are too much for her. Like she's doing like squats with a 5-pound weight and being like, like being like sweating, like shaking, and then once she finishes one squat, she's like, "See, look, I did it," and you're like, "Yeah,
did it. None of you could do it. Only I could do it."
I mean, true. I would not be able to get any sort of muscular muscular development from a 5-pound weight. That is something only like no one can take that away from you, Saki.
That's pretty impressive.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Really, the fact that Nano has not caught on to the fact that this is, I guess, the second weakest creature. In existence, like,
well, that's definitely that's coming. That's coming down the pipeline.
Yeah. He's gonna be like, wait, like, okay, like Saki's gonna misunderstand. Like, oh, since I'm the senpai, obviously you're just taking care of me as a good kohai should. And I was like, sure, whatever. I'll let you have it. I went through my character arc. I realized that sometimes you gotta let people sit in their misunderstandings, because that's better for their happiness.
She just had that moment a chapter or two ago where she was like, I want to bring joy to others. So like if she realizes that like this is what she needs, I love that.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes
this whole moment actually reminds me of like a time when I was a young lad, about 14, and I got an arm wrestling contest with a female classmate. It was very close, and I was like, as a boy, I can't.
The toxic masculinity was coming in.
Yes. Yeah, I managed to win, and I was like, oh, thank God. If I'd lost then, I mean, I was already kind of like.
I imagine it would have been absolutely over for you.
Yes. So I had to have some street cred for my masculinity back.
That's cute. Yeah. How old are you at that point?
Like 14. Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I mean, I understand how Saki probably felt in this moment, where it's like, please, let me have it.
Well, it's really interesting that Saki, it's a theme that I love with all these girls, where a lot of them choose desperately to follow a life path that they're clearly terrible at, but they're doing it anyway, right? So, Uto and, I don't know, there's more coming.
Like Tama? I mean, Tama's not really bad at it.
No, Tama's doing great, actually.
Yeah.
Uto's the first one that comes to mind.
Because some of them are worse or better at it, like Tama and Natty. I guess Natty's like
Natty. Yeah.
Kind of an in between. Like she's good at it. I mean, she has the very American style. Like, I have no idea what I'm fucking doing, but I'm gonna commit to it 100% anyway. So I mean, in that regard, she is more American than perhaps you or I. But,
True that. But yeah, I don't know. I like this. I like her. It honestly, I forgot what I was gonna say. Completely stroked out there. God damn it.
Damn.
I do like. She had a cute way of, or Shizuka had a cute way of saying something here. Is she's got a different one, or is there? I can't remember if she's in another one in this. I could have sworn. Whatever.
Yeah, because he only has like 2 speech bubbles for this.
I thought she said something in a future one where she like.
Let's see. Let's scour the.
If not, nope. I stroked out. I fucking made that up. I thought she. All right, whatever. Never mind. Moving on. Cat time. Okay, this one I was super happy about because I love these two. Honestly, Thomas S tier. Nemu's like approaching S tier for me. She's like A+. Like, I really like her.
Like ZZZZ tier, which is good.
Yeah, it's like it's like when you get S rank, and S rank in a video game is above A rank for some reason.
Yeah, I'm not sure how that happened. Honestly, I need to look that up because that's a very, very weird choice. But anyway,
yeah, find me the first time that happened. Yeah, but this. I love this concept because it's like it instantly just like reminds me how perfect the lives they're living are. Like, this is just what they fill their lives with. I mean, this is like
fucking enviable over here. Like, lucky. Like,
This is just when people who are like real believers in like communism talk about communism, it's like this, you'll have so much time for leisure, and
Yeah.
it's like they've created this life where there's, I mean, if they really do act like a family, no one will ever go poor ever in that. They have enough. They also Hahari, obviously. So like they can really
even without Hahari, they have enough collective capital to like
exactly
to put together their hippie polyamorous commune. Like.
Have you seen? There's an epic rap battle of history. It's Karl Marx versus Henry Ford.
I mean, probably. It's been years since I saw those videos, but I mean, I definitely remember going through like a tear, just watching every single.
This one's a bit of a newer one. It came out like a year or two ago.
Oh, okay, because I probably did not see it.
Well, so like Henry Ford tries to ding him on, I don't know, like, oh, you were all your bills were being paid for by some other guy, haha, you're broke or whatever. And then he was like, and then his response was like, hey, dummy, sharing money is the communist vision.
Yeah.
But I love, it's like what you said, right? Like, I mean, this turned into like a pro-communist thing. It's just cute.
This is a very a leftist leaning channel, so sometimes that's gonna happen. Occupational hazard.
I will never be full. You never want to go full tanky, is all I'm saying. Just be careful. Be careful.
True. Yeah.
I love the world they have. I don't know, the life they have. The fact that it's like,
yeah. I mean, I'm looking over here seeing like the first speech bubble is Nemo like at this point of year, this bench.
Yes.
How often are you coming here that like how this bench is, this specific bench at this specific time of the year? Like, I mean.
I thought you were going to take a different direction and, mention Moonlight's, like, obsession with what point of the year it is.
Oh, well, yeah, that's you.
What do you mean, at this specific time?
Yeah. Like, for all we know, there has been no prior year except for the one that they're currently in right now. Like, but
time stops until Rentaro hits 100 girlfriends. He's caused a spatial anomaly.
Yeah, spatial temporal anomaly caused by his love, basically.
Exactly. But no, I mean, this is just so fucking cute. I mean, like, this is the dream. Like, I live such a life where every moment I feel like I have to maximize because, I'm going to blink and I'll be back to work, right? Every free moment, I'm like, well, if I'm not playing a video game or reading or something, I'm wasting time. These two have a peak-ass communist polycule, and they get to fucking... Oh my god, they could just chill. They could just be like their whole day could just be like wandering from nap spot to nap spot. Like, ooh,
yeah.
They're like writing down in like a notebook, like this is
like they're sharing, like, this is my favorite sleeping spot. Like,
oh my god. These two are fucking precious. I love them.
Yes.
And then, of course, Yaku lap goes hard.
Oh, apparently. Yes. I mean, like, Yaku's thighs must be thick based on, like, I mean, if they're that good of a sleeping spot, I'm like,
God.
Okay, I'll take your word for it, ladies, but that's it. I'm never gonna get over how fucking Nemu's job.
The Nemu orgasm face.
Yeah, they always look ahagaos, and it's simultaneously so accurate for what it feels like to be that tired. Like you really does feel like it's like, oh my, I'm about to come from lack of sleep, but I don't know.
About to bust.
Yeah.
Did I have a chance to tell you that I had my first all-nighter in like since I was a child recently?
Oh no, I haven't heard about this.
It was a fucking... Well, I was hanging out with Dylan. Yes, the Dylan that jerked me off. Do you remember that story?
Yes,
okay.
I will never forget that story.
God, dude, when I fucking hopped into the Discord call with the fans, one of the first things they mentioned was like, "What's with the guy who jerked you off?" I was like, "Oh, thank you. You know my lore. You know my lore so well." Anyway, stay tuned, everybody. He's gonna be catching up to the manga soon, and then when I do his tier list, I will introduce him as the guy who jerked me off, much to his chagrin. I'm sure.
I would love to hear his side of that story. I'm sure it'll be very interesting.
Oh God, I wonder if he'll even want to talk about it. Listen, I'll tell you one more time. He described he when he heard that I had never came before. He was like shocked, appalled, aghast. He was like, "You've never come before?" And then he proceeded to describe it to me in two different ways. He said, coming is like hearing the Beatles for the first time. And then he said, coming is like eating chocolate for the first time. That's probably what he said after I said, I don't care about the Beatles.
I just want to hear what more analogies you would come up with. You're like, I don't like chocolate.
Yeah, you know what?
Okay,
That's what I'm
coming is
gonna.
like, and he's like, okay, I don't like X. Well, coming is like Y. Okay, well, I don't like Y.
I'm gonna. You know what? Yeah, I'll be sure to ask him for some auxiliary coming metaphors.
Oh my lord.
Well, yeah, that's look forward to that. But yeah, so we have this lovely little nap with these two best girls, and again, like I mean, dude, it's a good thing Rentaro didn't come up here because I think he would have death throbbed at this.
Yeah, yeah. You would have had another. You would have had to be throbbed back to life again. I mean, honestly, this man must be like passing the bound between life and death like multiple times.
Get a
every day.
heart
Like,
monitor on this guy because he's got
he's
a
basically
like
he's basically like a lich, but brought back by like love.
a lich
Basically.
of love, a love lich.
Yeah,
isn't that what like
crazy.
Cupids are? If you think about it.
Maybe. Wait, are they dead? Wait, Cupids, right? Like they're not.
I don't know what the deep lore of Cupids are, but I want like a what's the word, like you know how fairy tale like Disney movies have like their like
Oh my
dark
God, yeah.
source material. I want like the biblically accurate Cupids.
I wouldn't be surprised if some shit like they're like babies that like died and like went to like
Ooh,
heaven.
I
So
feel
now
like
it's
that does sound like maybe what they are. That sounds totally accurate to me.
I mean, yeah, I mean, I've seen them in like medieval art, and they were definitely the medieval people were definitely about that kind of weirdly
They were
morbid, but
about that life.
yeah, yeah, it was about that afterlife.
I have a question for you. Does Tama
Mhm.
wear a bra?
I mean, probably not. I mean, I imagine he'd be like wearing a bra, too much work.
Yeah.
Like,
So
I
I
don't-
want to know because like this hoodie she's wearing is probably tight because like it's got to hold those things upward, right? The gravity. Because like I know from dating a woman with large breasts that when they lay on their back they tend to flop to the
Oh my, yeah.
sides. So
Yep.
I wonder what's going on under there with this nap time, you know?
I mean, perhaps it's some super space age, Neko's brand.
She's wearing her Astro
hoodie.
Boy bra.
Yeah. She heard Rentaro has an Astro Boy briefs, and he's like, I need since I don't want to be. I don't want my boobs flopping all over the place. That's too much work to take care of. I don't want to wear a bra that I take off because that's too much work. So just give me the whatever materials these Astro Boy things. Because I want to know what that material is. Because I mean, is it metal?
Well, so he has
If
access
it
to
is.
the Iron Man gauntlets, so it's probably just like adamantium, right?
Yeah, but I mean, I want to know like how does it articulate? How's
How
he
does it
walking them?
move? It's nanomachines.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, probably.
Yeah, no, I mean, where did he get those for real? Like because I don't think
Because
Hahari would have funded them
Yeah,
because
he
she
couldn't
wants
have
to
gotten them
loot
from
him.
her. I mean, I don't know. So far, maybe there's some student who has the mythical student who claims it, the girlfriend who claims to be a magician but is actually a tech wizard. Maybe he
The
enlisted her
fashion
help
designer
without looking at
girlfriend?
her. Ooh, that'd be interesting. I'm
would
sure
be.
Mimi
Oh.
would love her.
Cunty new outfit every time she shows up.
Yeah,
All right, then we have these two idiots.
yeah, really.
God, I do love
It's
that.
actually a nice little combination. It's detective, bard, both very.
Yeah. Well, she
very
does her classic
tropey.
like I smell adventure on the wind. Well, actually, what she smells apparently is someone's desire to be ocarina at, I guess.
Yeah.
And she's like, I can sense it, I can smell it. Someone wants me to go ocarina at them. And then she's like, well, I don't smell that. And Uto's like, yo, I'm smelling metaphysical shit right now. You couldn't possibly hope to smell it. That's bard shit.
Yeah, and rather than call her on her shit, like Hatsu was like, really? That's great.
These two
Yeah.
best friends.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it has strong like convincing your dog to go on a walk type energy, but
You know what? Yeah, Uto would be great with a dog. She's sweet. Well, and then that'll lead into a future part of this chapter. But I do like this, and it says they didn't find any adventure, but they had a nice walk. But I like to imagine now we know that Uto randomly throughout the day. Because obviously Rentaro found Uto in like a park fishing in a puddle, right? So she does just go on these little adventures.
Yeah.
So now we know that she definitely will just walk into like the city and be like, "Would you care for an ocarina show?" And then the
Like, okay, sure.
the first sucker to be like, "Oh, sure."
I'm like, I'm sorry, I got my funeral to get to. I gotta can't be late.
I
you know?
have taxes to evade.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Yeah. So
Tariffs are
no. Please continue.
Yeah, I was gonna try to make like a tariff joke, but
A timely tariff joke.
Yeah.
I can't believe this motherfucker. The goddamn Switch 2 pre-orders are delayed.
Yeah, that's crazy.
It's pissing me off, man. Like I'm doing everything I can to ignore politics, and he finds a way to worm into my hobbies. Stop.
Yeah, I mean, I guess if you tariff every country on the planet, including the uninhabited islands, yeah, it's gonna be hard to not be notified about that. But
yeah. Well, anyway, here's hoping he's
that's
doing
what, we got 100 girlfriends to do that, to accomplish that task.
Thank God 100 girlfriends makes its way to us digitally, so it won't be affected by tariffs. All right, who is Discording me right now? Because all right, I'm getting like mega whips on Discord, and it is annoying because we're filming, and I don't want to fucking be whipped on. I should really go on Do Not Disturb. I keep forgetting that's an option.
Yeah, actually, I also have a blip on mine as well.
What do you fucks want? Oh, it's Happy Potato. Yeah. It's fucking Potato. Feel bad when you watch this, Mr. Potato. How do I'm so boomer with this. Oh, I did it. I think. Yeah. Do Not Disturb. Shut the fuck up, everybody. Okay. Okay, you still there?
Yeah.
Excellent. All right, back to it.
Yeah. Another thing I wanted to point out was like, I see we're having a lot of fun with this week's chapter title, or I guess not chapter titles, but like vignette titles. Yeah, segment titles. Like The Wandering Minstrel and The Great Detective. Like that title alone would make you think this is about some particularly clever duo, wouldn't it? Isn't that
funny? Yeah, there was another one that was really funny too. Oh, I know what. Yeah, the one where I guess it wasn't a title, but wait, hold on. Was there another funny title?
I mean, I think the Natty Rin one was also like I think you know what games they're talking
about. Yes,
okay,
that is the one.
Okay, like
oh my god.
That very italicized you, like they're talking to you directly, reader. Like.
So, now that we're there, let's go there, and then we won't skip shit. We're just moving around here. Okay, so she's obviously talking about Pokemon, obviously.
Yeah.
What is the punchline to this? I don't get it.
I mean,
what is Natty saying?
I think it's just a moment where Natty misunderstands. Oh wait, I think it's also because Rin is speaking in English. Like he's using he's not saying like the Japanese word for scarlet and violence. He's actually saying like violento and scarletto. And of course, because it's fucking Natty, she doesn't know what any English words are, so she just misunderstands. She's like, oh yeah, talking about like scarlet and the Pokemon game, right?
So that was something that I missed because I'm reading the whole thing in English, I suppose.
Mm-hmm. I actually just figured. I mean, I just made that connection as we were just now. Like, oh yeah, Rin's speaking, because Rin's speaking in English. Natty, because he's a fucking Westerbo,
she's like, oh, you're saying English? I know these words. Scar, let's go. Yeah. Violet's go. I love words. I know some of these words.
Yeah. But I also love how like Rin couldn't even say it. He couldn't even say violet at first. He almost said violent. He had to like correct herself. He was like, he's so horny for violence.
That does happen. Can't even say
proper words.
When you have like a phrase you say a lot, that happens. Mm-hmm. That happens to me. Like I say, I'm trying to remember. I say Fire Force a lot. That one time I was trying to remember what it was, but like I talk about Fire Force so much that one time I was trying to say Fire Punch, but I kept like completing it as Fire Force. Yeah. I think there was something I was trying to say undead, but I kept completing it as undead unluck. It's just, you say something enough. So like she's so used to saying molto violento or violence or I believe it.
I mean, now I do remember as a kid, mistaking the word violet for violent on like the crayons, and for quite some time.
The violet crayon.
I was just there like, damn, I guess the crayon company just misspelled it. So I was like, wait, why is this color violent? Like, what's violent about this particular color? But,
could I be misreading this? No, it's the crayon company that's wrong.
Kindergarten me was like, I was as a kid, I was very much like, it's not me who's wrong.
Better
it's the world
than everybody.
I could not fathom if I had an idea in my head, nobody was gonna disabuse me of that idea. It was like, obviously you're wrong, because if I thought it must be right.
Fair enough. Yeah, I think that is kind of a kid thing. How long it lasts for someone, I suppose, could be down to an individual. But yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
All
I'm
right.
loving these two appearances of
Two.
my violence fiend in as many weeks.
True.
The other Rin fans they must be eating good as well. So
Uh,
yeah,
I think you might actually be in the running for the top Rin fan. Like, Minstrel
probably.
has Me Me Me, and I think you might be that for Rin.
I'm not even trying it. I mean, I'm just. I
You
mean,
don't have to try. It's just a
our
natural
connections
love.
are so powerful.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah, but
I point everyone to your message about I am convinced she came in
oh
this
my,
moment.
yeah. Yeah, I remember. Yeah, I did purposely say it in a very, very high register, because the juxtaposition between speaking in like a fucking academic person, but then saying like, I'm sure she orgasmed is like it's just hilarious. But
All right, Socrates, what did you bring to the Under the Tree philosophy meeting today? Well, this panel of
yeah,
100 girlfriends. So
yes, yes,
we got some edibles. We got some druggy wuggies. And the only question I have for this is basically
edibles, you say?
the
Yeah.
logistics of this is what I'm wondering about. Okay, so they have the chance, 66% chance to make your tummy better, 33% chance to make your tummy hurt. She takes all of them. So does each one
Yeah,
counteract
what
the
I'm
other
wondering.
one?
She, well, she made a classic here. She didn't ask what are the mechanics here. Like, I mean, I think that she might have changed her gambling strategy if she'd known whether it's all of them together is the percentage or if it's each individual. Because I mean, like, not granted, based on the ending of this piece, I think we can kind of guess what the percentage is or which
Do they
one
average out?
is.
That's the thing, right? Like, does each one reset? Does it average out? Because I mean, if you add them all, how
Well, I
would
mean, if it's individual ones, then it should just be 66% of the tablets are the make your tummy not
Oh
hurt.
no, that's not
Or
how I interpreted it. I interpreted it as I don't think she has a fucking surprise jar. That's so much funnier though. Like the idea that she's like mixed them. So 66% of these. Wait, is that how it's supposed
yeah.
to be? No, I don't
Well, I
think
know
that's how it's
no,
supposed to
because
be
it could
interpreted.
be. Well, it could be interpreted like several ways. Because I realize it could be interpreted several ways. I haven't like settled on one.
That's so much funnier though. That Kusari would have a fucking jar where it's like, all right, 66% of these are just normal ass Pepto-Bismol pills. 33% cyanide. You want to take that gamble, Mama Ha? Absolutely.
Yeah. She don't ever let her play a gotcha game because she's in like 0.00015% chance of winning. Well, I mean, it's not zero.
Dude, you could play a hell of a Reddit 50-50 with Kusari except
Oh
with
my God.
drugs. Like, all right.
Yeah.
Dude, that is perfect. That is a chapter right there, okay? They
Yeah.
like okay, one of those it opens up and they're like, "Hey, we're getting bored, we got to shake shit up." It's one of those we got to shake shit up in the relationship chapters, right? And Kusari's like, "I got it." And she does one of those like it's like a grab bag party basically. Like each one of these jars has various mystery
Yeah,
effects.
it's like the Harry Potter like jar of like every flavor
yes.
like gumdrops or whatever they are. Like yeah, here's the one that tastes like pussy or whatever.
Whoa. No, I mean, I just want like a fucking random, complete random dice roll of like effects, like and
she accidentally like spills them all on the floor. And, like shit, I gotta figure out how they. And like yeah, we'll help you, Kusuru. We'll ingest them to figure out what she's with. But I'm not sure how that helps.
yeah.
If you do that, then they don't. Like unless you're gonna barf them back up, I don't know how.
Or she spills them all on the floor and it makes them all into like horrific chimera creatures. Like like one of the drugs was to like make your tits like massive. One of them was to give you like a dragon head. One of them was to I don't know. It's just basically you just have like these horrifying chimera creatures with gigantic tits.
Yeah. Everyone gets the Hawkery from season 1 treatment where their ass and tits are just flopping in the wind. Like,
by the way, the fact that we haven't had Rentaro be turned into a girl biologically with one of her drugs is criminal. Okay,
we've had him cross-dress several times as both a mother, as a Gyaru, as a. Actually, I think those are the only ones he's cross-dressed as maybe. If not, comments. Please feel free to add to the algorithm by correcting me. But yeah.
Well. So yeah, she does the gambling thing. And by the way, love this like uber detailed shot of her face at the end here, where she's like about to shit
Yes.
herself. Like, it actually reminds me of like a hentai I've read. I can't explain it, but like the art style that like it like gets kind of sketchy around her eyes, and I really like it.
I don't know. I mean, it seems we're all getting unlike Momoha, the real winners today are, I guess this week, are us. 'Cause, I mean, not only yes, us the honored readers. Not only are we getting to see these lots of ahegao type faces, but we're getting to see the rare nope from Kusri. I mean, like how rare is that? It's like.
And from honored readers to honored dust.
Yes.
Let's talk about honored dust.
Pull out the floor waxer, because Mimi is gonna need it.
I need to know, have they ever in canon made fun of her giant ass forehead? I've seen the community memes. Is this the first time?
I don't think so. I mean, the closest is just like how when the light like bounces off her forehead and blinds people. But that's not really a size of forehead joke. That's more like the shininess of your forehead is immaculate.
Just love it. She's just like the vast real estate of your forehead, just the fucking sheen. It's such a backhanded compliment, but Mimi's just like, either she's powering through or she truly believes that it's a compliment. I mean, I guess from May it is a compliment, but I mean, if you have any self-awareness at all, you should be like, huh, is my forehead big? Do I have a 5 head?
No, it doesn't mean my brain's even bigger. I have more space for brain. So
my forehead's only big because my hair defies gravity.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Wait, what is this? Like, that's not just regular dust. Like, it looks like it almost looks like a chicken nugget, but
I interpreted. Someone Kurumi dropped her McDonald's chicken nugget right on her forehead, but it she half dipped it in ranch, so it stuck to her forehead.
Oh my lord, yeah.
That'd be unfortunate. That's gonna cause her to break out. That's gonna it's gonna fuck up her makeup. Wowza. No, my interpretation of this moment was that it was basically just placed there by Nozawa, because it's like, who would ever wish such a thing upon a beautiful brow? And then it's just like, boop, like it's just like it was placed there.
I mean, because no, there is like a, I guess, direction lines, but I mean, where is that?
It was thrown in. I mean, it was like, you ever see those, like, I can't think, I don't know if it's like I don't know if this happened in like Bruce Almighty or like, but like one of those movies or shorts or TV shows where someone's god and they can like throw a little, like they have like a little like world map and they can throw something onto it and then it becomes reality. You know what I'm talking about? Mm-hmm. Like, throws a little like toy lightning bolt and it becomes real lightning. Like Nozawa literally
the opening scene on Sinbad or whatever, where Eris throws down the fucking monsters into the. Anyway, back to what you were saying.
Where Eris throws it down. Yes, I agree.
Well, my God. Well, I mean, I wouldn't mind if they'd animate that, but unfortunately, it was a little too early for that to become.
Animate what you want to see, Rios. Animator throwing it down right now.
Maybe. I mean, I've been planning to do some animation, but unfortunately, it would not be girls throwing it back. But
I can tease something. Allie is drawing a tasteful lewd of Shizuka at the moment.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah. It's good stuff.
I mean, this Shizuka, she needs more tasteful lewds.
It's great. Yeah, she does. Everything she does is tasteful. Okay, I've been saving it because it's one of my favorites. This, like, little... I think this is the biggest piece... the last Daily Life we got was just full of character development everywhere. That we titled the review as such. This one less so. It's more just, like I said, more fun, more Saturday morning cartoon, filler, if you will. But this is the reverse flanderization moment of the chapter, okay? The dog walking with Hikari and Chio is just so good. And it's so reverse flanderization that even, like, Nakamura is just like pointing it out, like, huh? Look how reverse flanderized they are. See?
Yeah. He's having, as always, this man's having a little too much fun. But I'll let him have it as long as he keeps gracing us with these immaculate, just characters.
What do you mean by too much fun?
Oh, I don't know, like. I don't know, like sometimes people will say, like, like the creators of the story were having too much fun, and they'll give like a screenshot of like some crazy wacky shit that they.
Just in general, like gestures at the series generally.
Yeah. Yeah.
No,
And
but I
not the
mean
word.
this segment though.
Or sorry, Nozawa's perhaps having with the fucking like what is it with Japanese artists and drawing the buttholes of animals
You
like
gotta
every
have the
single time.
butthole.
They just they can't help themselves. Like
I
I see
mean,
every time they have an opportunity to do it, these they do it. Like it's crazy.
it's because they don't fucking shame buttholes like we do over here in America.
I guess, yeah.
Okay, they love their body positivity. They love the body, and I mean, look at watch Dragon Ball.
true.
Watch Dragon Ball for 3 seconds without seeing a child's ball sack challenge. Level impossible. You can't do it.
True. I mean, I remember being like, "What the fuck?" about the first time I saw that as a young man, because my brother and I were like watching the old Dragon Ball on like fucking random pirating site number 367. We're like wow, I did not know that they just draw that shit like no shame at all. But yeah.
Oh yeah, and you remember when he's like slapping Bulma's pussy, and he's like, "Where's your balls?" I'll never forget that. That was the moment where I knew.
Crazy. Toriyama,
but
we lost a great man.
That was crazy, man. That happened while I was unemployed. I just got to lay there and like exist in that moment. It was and I remember I heard about it at in the middle of the night too, and it was just nighttime, and I was just thinking. I was like, man, fuck.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I don't even know. Yeah, I don't know what to say about.
Just the progenitor of not all anime, but the progenitor of most anime we like. You know what I mean? It's
especially as Westerners. I mean, definitely. I mean, look, especially if you're a Latino Westerner, yeah, Dragon Ball is one of the pillars of culture, right up there with the Catholic religion.
I read an actual serious paper or article about how the love of Dragon Ball Z actually keeps a lot of youths off the street, basically.
I mean, yeah,
they could go into it's the thing that keeps them from going down a bad path, and it's that's what good art does right there, man.
Mm-hmm.
You're in a really poor, shitty part of the neighborhood. Oh, yeah, no, let me cook a little further. Imagine you're growing up in a really poor, shitty area, and there's just nothing to do, but you and your friends like Dragon Ball Z. So instead of fucking going out and I don't know, doing whatever, I don't want to. As a privileged white guy, I don't want to speak on those areas, but instead of doing whatever you could be doing, you're obsessing about Dragon Ball with your friends in your shitty little barely maintained house. That's the way to live, baby.
Yeah, I was gonna say I imagine 100 Girlfriends could be doing that for some young man who's perhaps on the perimeter of the alt-right pipeline. They're exactly. You know what, Rentaro wouldn't want it.
That's what I want. I want to hear a real testimonial about that. I want to hear a guy who was an incel and he started reading this because he thought it was gonna be Rent a Girlfriend number 57, and then he's he learned something and it moved him. I want to see that so bad.
Yeah, I'm just imagining the Hellverse where everything about the story is the same except Rentaro is fucking Kazuya. And it's the amount of that would be the exact in this universe, this is the best possible world for these girls. That verse just brought into existence would be the worst possible universe for them.
And the shitty part would be that the way it would be written would be they would inexplicably all like him and be fighting over him, and you know what I mean.
Yeah,
because in that hell world
they
too,
they would only be interacting with Rentaro.
Yeah, in that hell world version, they wouldn't be a family. They would constantly be fighting to be his number one, and he would be ladies, there's enough for me to go around.
Yes. The less we speak of that, the better.
That's one of the alternate universes that future Nano was fucking traveling through, by the way. Hopefully she just nuked it.
Yeah.
It's there's nothing. There's no efficiency to be found here.
There's no way. Yeah, that is actually that series is the most inefficient. Because I mean, I've heard it's a fucking 200 chapters or whatever, and no progress has been made.
I don't know shit about it. I just watched the first episode, and he was just spitting some quintessential incel shit. It was bad, and I was like, okay, I'm out of here.
Yep.
But anyway, I do want to talk about this segment though. Oh, unless you have more to say.
Oh yeah, I was gonna come back to this segment.
It's so good. I mean, because what Hikari was saying. Sorry, I'm a little stuttery today because I'm on that I feel good, but I'm on that work tired. I'm fucking exhausted from it. It was a hell of one of those days. You know what I mean? So sorry, I know I'm a little stutterier than usual. I hope it's not affecting the review too much.
I mean, I think we're doing well either way. Yeah.
Cool. Thank you. Just as reassuring as I expected you to be. But anyway, when Hikari mentions this along with this gorgeous shot of her enjoying herself, it really did. I mean, it was an eye-opening moment for me where I just remembered how far I've come with Chio. Where like when she was F tier at first, and then she slowly kept moving up, and now like I think she's nice. Like, I mean, she's still like not my favorite. She's probably like high C, low B. But like, I mean, it's just because she's not my thing. But like, I mean, she really has evolved. I think probably the most out of any of them. You know, I mean, even like how she looks. She got rid of her nasty little like bug pincer hairstyle. And you know, I mean, like specifically what Hikari says, where it's like, oh, she's so happy, she's so carefree, she's able to enjoy herself. This is like, she is genuinely on an arc. It almost seems like maybe she has talked to her dad, because she has this like free time, this ability to like go out and just walk the dog, and you know, maybe the dad is getting fucking takeout instead of relying on his daughter to cook him dinner.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. Kyo is. Kyo's growing in I guess more ways than one. I guess my only input for this bit was like damn girl, the shade, the subtle, well-intentioned shade you just threw to Hikari. Like I'm sure. I can tell she doesn't mean it, and she doesn't mean it in any kind of insulting or negative way. But like, she's just genuinely happy to see a new side of Hikari as well. I mean, we certainly don't see her non-horny that often either. So, I mean.
And this is great. Like this is what we talk about all the time with this series. This is what separates it, because like Hikari is very horny, but so am I. And I don't go to work and like, I'm not like, I don't know, fucking leaning up against the corner of a table at work trying to come like secretly or anything. And that's how a worse series would have written it, right? So like, we have this great moment here where we get to see, I don't know, actual human side of her, which we all knew existed, but I love that he takes the time to like show it to us. And I love the way she's drawn along with Chio here. They're both so gorgeous, and they're just enjoying life. And it's just so cool to see Hikari be able to like go out and do normal things that aren't some kind of like sex scheme. Yeah, it's nice. Yeah. It's and it, you know, because it allows you to kind of interpret how their lives will be when they're married, right? It's like, oh, you know, it's not going to be the same shit every day. Like, they'll be able to, just because Hikari's favorite thing is fucking, it doesn't mean like they'll be fucking 60% of the time, but then the other percentage of the time they can go out to restaurants.
33% of the time. Yeah, it's a coin flip. You know, whether is this going to be the 33% where she's not horny, or the 66% where she is horny? Yeah. I'm sure Rentaro, he'll be happy with either one.
Rentaro's schedule with Hikari is like fuck for 5 days, and then on the weekend you get to like rest from fucking by going on normal dates.
You know, those are these special occasions they have to like prepare for.
I love it. I mean, it's really good. I genuinely like this. Hikari is gorgeous in this panel. I really love seeing it.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, honestly, there are a lot of like. I mean, in this chapter, there are definitely a lot of like gorgeous, I guess, you know, moments. I guess where the characters are having they're having very peaceful moments. You know.
Definitely. Let's see. Anything else to discuss? We have Usa and the Brit. So I mean, we basically, I like the idea of this one is that the angels are coming to pick her up, and because there's angels plural, there's multiple angels. She is willing to go into the afterlife if they don't hurry up and get more people up here, or at least pretend to be more people up here stacked.
Yes. Yeah, it's like, I'm like, damn, I did not realize desolation was this serious. I didn't realize it caused you to bleed out of your orifices like that. But I guess she has a genuine condition.
This is a real concern. This is a real concern. We're like, we need to make sure that she isn't the first person up here. She will die. She will just actually cardiac arrest, stroke. Her blood vessels will break in her brain. Like, you cannot. It's just the same way that it kind of reminds me of how with Kurumi they have to make sure to be careful what they mention, or bring a bunch of snacks in their bag to make sure to be able to.
We forgot to mention, like, Kurumi got herself.
I know. Who did that?
Food. That was great. Yeah.
Yeah. No, please. You have more to say, or you just wanted to point it out?
I mean. Yeah. Just I realized we'd forgotten it. We have to. I mean, goofy ass. They're all goofy in their own ways, as always, and yeah,
love them. I love them.
Yeah, I love that moment.
But yeah, no, it reminds me of that, in the sense that it's like a real thing that the girls have to either prepare for or work around, right? Mm-hmm. It's something I like about this family. They're able to kind of like Usa, would not be able to exist in the world without the help of this polycule. She is someone who physically needs a polycule to exist.
Yes.
And so here you have a situation where it's like, okay, if she makes it up to the roof before everybody else, that's a problem. So now that this is a known problem, I imagine Matsuri's going to be like probably behind, she's not going to want to hurt Usa's feelings or make her feel uncomfortable. So she's probably like, when Usa's not listening, like, okay, guys, we need to like plan a schedule. Someone's got to be up here at like 5 a.m., like just in case.
Yes. Yeah. Like, I mean, half of these girls need some element of like I guess like accessibility features. Oh well, yeah.
Oh, okay, accessibility. Okay.
Yeah, like almost like disability like help type stuff. With like, I mean, yeah, like you having to have like freaking like a whole crowd around you at all times or else you will die kind of thing. Is like, I mean. I'm not sure where I'm going with that, but I know.
It's just ultimate extrovert.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, it continues the theme of this. One of the many themes of this series to me is the kind of leaning into the "it takes a village," right?
Yeah.
Which is like this thing that we've kind of lost in at least Western culture, which is like, we're so nuclear family this, nuclear family that. Everyone kind of insulates into their like
quote unquote traditional nuclear family.
Traditional as in from the 50s.
Yes.
Yeah. The 50s when everything was perfect, right? But
yeah, if you're white, straight and like moderately wealthy, but
a land owning man, then you could vote.
Yeah.
But anyway, but yeah, so I mean, I just, again, like, it's, if you have even a crumb of media literacy, you can see the like progressive values being pushed by this series. And like, to me, it seems, Nakamura, obviously it's written as a silly, goofy thing, but to me, it almost seems like Nakamura is able to, with this series, almost push like this dream scenario, this ideal scenario for the way human relationships would work, right? It's like, how cool would it be? And it wouldn't have to be one centered around one guy, but like maybe we should all.
Or it doesn't have to be a romantic thing. You could also be one platonic Rentaro. Like, that'd be pretty crazy too. Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, I guess that's basically what happened with Comey. What could have happened with Comey
friend instead of good point.
Yeah.
Well, I think the way that I like to look at this is like, when things are tough, like, times are probably going to be tough pretty soon here because we got a certain president leading us into a recession.
They're going to be tougher. I mean, they were already tough. They're only going to get tougher, but yeah.
Yeah, but like, it's this manga constantly reminds me, like, if you just get enough people in a group committed to helping each other, you can truly make it through anything. You know what I mean?
That's how humans got this far,
Facts. And by the time Rentaro is at 10 girls, he's like immune from anything. You know what I mean? Like no financial disaster is gonna hit Rentaro, even excluding Hahari. This is why I feel so much more comfortable, because like when Trump won again for the second time, Catherine, our Andrew's wife, started a community garden. So we have like a garden that we all kind of contribute to. And like, so if there's food's ever tough, we've got that as like a fallback, it's like, these are all things you can just do, like break out of the fucking, not to allow me to be progressive. I'm going to be progressive Andrew Tate right now. Break out of the matrix and, form a community garden.
That was such a crazy thing to hear him say. Like everything he was saying in that segment that I heard was like correct until he like, what's the word, like concludes by saying, and that's why you need to make a lot of money, which is like
the most matrix thing you can do.
Yeah.
Live on the grid, buy all the fancy cars, be sure to
it's literally just the Matrix trying to trick you into staying in the Matrix, but anyway.
yeah, dude, he is Agent Smith.
Yeah, crazy. Yeah, the world is full of Agent Smiths who don't look like Agent Smiths but act like him in every way that matters.
Well, an interesting thing, regardless of if you're agnostic, atheist, Christian, or anything else, something that I always found interesting about the Bible is that it did kind of predict a lot of stuff. There's, and I don't ask me to quote.
Any decently what's the word, like not
well-informed piece of literature, maybe.
Like I guess, I'm saying like religion. Like, I mean, in order to become that, like, influential and whatever, they kind of have to have some insight into people. But
it's well written. I'll give it a 5-star.
On Goodreads, yeah.
But no, I mean, I wish I'm such a fucking fake Christian for not knowing the exact verse word for word. But fucking there's like lines in the Bible, or there are verses in the Bible about how like in the future there will be times where the people screaming the loudest about Jesus are like the deceivers. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like, you know, you see that, I mean, just so obvious, right? It's like these people that will use God's name for their own shit.
Yeah, they will use God's name in vain.
Which, by the way,
you care about that kind of
thing.
That's
what that means, by the way. Not saying, oh my God. Okay, the amount of fucking
Crazy.
Stupid idiot fuck Christians that like would get on my ass for saying, oh my God. Like, oh damn, dude, you only got like 3 more of those left till you're burning in hell. It's like, what the fuck are you talking about? Ridiculous. Anyway, that was a random aside. Fuck Andrew Tate.
Where were we?
Thank God we have reverse Andrew Tate as the MC of this manga, Rentaro. Kind of fucked up we didn't see any Rentaro, by the way, today. It's you're right. It's kind of disgusting.
One of them, well, you know, like, this is one of the chapters that pass the Bechdel test, you know? How the
Every chapter passes the Bechdel test.
Well, I mean, only if they don't talk about Rentaro. I mean, I guess he can show up, but they just can't talk about him. So
no, that
this
is
one kind of.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead, please.
Yeah. So I guess this one passes it. It's with flying colors.
Absolutely.
So, I don't think they even bring up his name at all.
Yeah, no, that is kind of awesome, actually. Rent-A-Girlfriend could never. But what I really want, someone who's obsessed, who has all the free time in the world. I need you to go through. I want the stats on each chapter and if it passes the Bechdel test or not. I want to know the percentage.
Actually, you know, that's funny because this week I was listening to some podcasts about they were like reading and or watching like the books or the first series. Some of those podcasts I saw, they had no reading comprehension because they were talking about how like you know, like how basically every criticism you can make if you assume this is like your bog standard, you know, Harry and Thorne, you know, just like, oh, this story would never pass the Bechdel. The Bechdel test would be like in the negative 100 or whatever. And like, I mean, yeah, I some of those things they said were painful to listen to, but I was willing, you know, I heard them out, but it was like
they don't
know.
Like, damn,
like,
I mean, they probably just didn't get far enough here, right?
Well, I mean, you know, like some of them, I mean, because like I remember one of them, the one guy was like he was supposed to be the you know, the token like defender, but he didn't really do a very good job of it. But I mean, yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't want to badmouth them. I mean, they didn't like. Yeah, no, I'm not as good as Red when it comes to like summarizing.
Shitting on people I don't like.
No, I was.
It is true though. You're not as good as me on shitting on people that you don't like. You need to be more. This is 2025, and no one cares about what you're saying unless it's a hot take.
I mean, it's true. I did think some of the things they said were fucking stupid.
Yeah, let's go get them.
But on the whole, I mean, it was like, you know, they just I found more interesting to hear like a decidedly negative, decidedly negative reading of the series. I mean, because.
One of the ways that you
can... It'd be nicer if it wasn't so clearly like misinterpreted, but I mean, it definitely was not as bad as that Christian, like a Christian watches the series, just the first episode. Like they managed to at least get through like up to, like I think like the first season or whatever. But
wow. One of the ways that you can strengthen your love of a series is to watch a hater talk about it and then instantly, like point by point, be like, that's wrong, that's wrong, that's wrong. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh my God. Well.
Another regarding this segment. I mean, another thing I did want to mention we didn't mention was, I mean, Matsuri and Usa kind of have an interesting synergy since Matsuri is someone who loves, you know, festivals where, you know, it's a place where a lot of people are at, and I mean, Usa would probably love festivals as well. I mean, so an interesting little little compatibilities to have, which I mean, it didn't jump out to me at first, and I was like, oh yeah, it makes sense that, you know, Matsuri would be able to, I guess,
revive her
fucking festival, yeah.
Yeah, no, I like that she basically is like. Not literally Shadow Clone Jutsuing, but she's doing it so fast.
And
it's like there's
can do that, but she can't. Like he got like a percent in that direction.
There, TN is off to the side. Like she's moving so fast. There's festival after images.
Yeah.
How is she? How is
I
she
can
shaking
hear.
the bell and waving the
Like,
fan at the same
in,
time?
It's like in fucking Demon Slayer. Like they're not the sword swings aren't actually on fire. They're not actually creating water. But this is a artistic thing
Yeah.
to help us mentalize her or whatever.
Yeah, whenever Matsuri is doing her festival thing, like she's just kind of making the noises with her mouth.
And yeah, and I mean, like he's on one of those like stands that you have to be held up by people. So I mean, I guess he's moving
holding.
so fast.
She's moving so fast. She's holding
Yeah.
herself up. It's like the classic Looney Tunes ability to blow into the sail of your own boat.
Crazy.
Wow. Who don't know? Well, anyway, we have a fucking baby chapter next week.
Yes. Oh wait. We have one more segment. We missed.
Oh goodness, which one?
The one with our baby girl, Kichiga.
Oh
right
yes.
this one, yeah.
Oh yes. So we get more touching on her older sisterness. And we get a little again to all the, and there's not a lot, but there's occasional people who try to deny all of the gay tension between the girls. I mean, it couldn't be more obvious here. Now, it is maybe a bad example as one of the gayest on the spectrum of gay to straight. Sure.
Yeah. I mean,
but
and this is even after that last that last film she had with Mei back in chapter whatever.
I know what you are.
Yeah, where Mai opened, where Mei opened some doors for her that he probably would have preferred to, not have been opened. It's like he started to get horny for everyone. It's like, oh fuck, like how do why are you also hot and handsome and
that's a great arc for her to take. I can't believe I didn't see this before. Broke versus woke. Broke is her arc is slowly learning to love Rentaro. Woke is her arc is slowly learning that she's fucking pansexual and ravenously horny for everyone.
That'd be crazy.
Oh my god! And then she would have like a crisis because it's like, oh my god, I thought that I was like madly in love with my sister, but it turns out I just fall in love very easily.
Damn, yeah, that would be. I mean, yeah, I actually would love to see. I mean, every week we come up with one or two new scenes, new chapters would be amazing to see, and this is just the latest ones.
We need to write some of these.
I mean, I'm honestly like viewers. You guys can also. I mean, like the fanfic scene for My Girlfriend is always in need of more stories.
Richmond is writing a Pokemon one. He's told you about that, right?
Yeah.
Did he tell you that he's putting us in it?
Oh, okay. No,
you and I are like a tag team like Poke trainer duo.
Oh my god!
And yeah, he's got to get with you on what. Maybe you could tell him in the video what Pokemon do you want. Well, give a couple Pokemon you want in your team.
Man, do I even know enough Pokemon to say like which ones I would?
Oh, I just needed a Psyduck. Psyduck was my OG man.
I don't. I mean, like the only Pokemon I know are like the obviously the ones everyone knows from like the original.
All Gen 1 for Rios.
Yeah. And then the various meme ones that show up in like memes like Gardevoir and I guess what's that water one that like is very compatible with the human physiology.
Yes, the one with the wettest pussy.
Yeah.
Fuck, what is it?
It's a type of Eevee, isn't it? Like I know because Lost Pause loves the fucking all the evolutions, so I know.
I don't remember.
I at least know what they all look like. Apparently,
give Rios 5 Metapods. Because like, I could just see like this is just the most efficient way to be. They'll give up. They'll see it. They'll walk away.
Yeah.
Write Rios like Nano, please.
Yeah,
I want Rios and Nano.
The most efficient way to write me. Yeah.
Rios and Nano need to have like an interaction where they have like one of those moments where they like both witness each other doing something super efficient and they do like a nod of respect.
Yeah. Let me be like a sort of mentor character. Like, it's like, yeah, girl, I was right there with you when I was your age, but I realized there are more efficient. Like, I realized by being less efficient, that's actually more efficient. So
that's beautiful. Yeah.
Now
fight my 5 Metatons. I said Metaton. See, I did it again. Metaton, like
Metaton,
Undertale. Yeah, my 5 Metatons from Undertale. Okay, well, baby chapter time, y'all. So, what was the last baby chapter? Tama. Was Tama the newest girl?
We had a pretty recent one. It just happened like.
No. You're thinking of when Nemu became baby from Mario Party.
Well, I mean, yeah, but Well, actually, okay, I was gonna look. I was gonna look because like, the last time it happened was like chapter 167, which is a year ago. Apparently, I didn't realize it was that long ago. So yeah, you're definitely not that recent. But yeah, normally I think because based on the pattern we established, we've been doing like every 10 girlfriends starting from like 7 or something like that.
Oh,
So we're doing this one a little early for
okay.
some
He's
reason.
he's itching for some babies.
You know,
I mean,
yeah.
say that.
Nakamura got the Hahari fever, the Hanazono fever. Yeah.
I bet I'm gonna make the fucking prediction now. They're gonna have like a meta fourth wall break about how we already because we're gonna see Nemu as a baby.
Oh, of
And
course.
they're gonna be like, well, we kind of spoiled that one for the two festival.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm trying to
Yeah,
think.
as
Then
always.
who do we have to see as babies? Like, what's the list here? Who you know what I mean? We're gonna see the author as a
Yeah,
baby. That's exciting.
yes, very.
Kiki
Uh,
as a no, not Kiki. Or maybe
okay.
is it just post Tama? Is that the?
Yeah, I know, cause I know Tama was a baby,
I'm gonna go to the list of
and
girlfriends right now. We need to.
I mean, yeah, it might be. I mean, I think even Matsuri was a no. Was that? Okay, let
Let's
me pull up the
see.
chapter.
No,
I
we
have
haven't
it
seen
right
British baby, have we?
here. Yeah, British baby, scariest thing of all. Okay, yeah, Himiko was. Yeah, Matsuri was there, and she looks very happy She looks very ready to be a baby. And
I'm fucking ready to be a baby.
I mean, look at her face. You gotta see it.
You
She's like,
sending it? You
I'm
sending
down.
it? Send it in Discord.
I thought you'd pull up the
No, I don't know what chapter it is.
Oh yeah, sorry, yeah.
You're the
Well, I
Spurg
mean,
here.
I mentioned the number. Or
Oh,
something.
did you? I didn't hear that.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, so yeah, it would
Oh
be
yes.
Usa
Um.
Chan San Sama.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah,
She's like,
we get
hell yeah. Everyone else is kind of confused.
yeah.
Momoha
Mama's
seems
like,
ready.
or yeah, Maya's like, I mean, are we doing it? Okay,
Yeah.
okay. Sue's
Matsuri's like, you know what?
I don't even know what is a baby? Is that a number? Like,
What is baby? The word I'd used is sloppily. What chapter was this?
167.
Oh, okay.
And Momoha's like, I'm too drunk to even understand what's going on here.
So Tama was the newest one.
Uh, no, because Tom is 25, and then Himika is
Oh.
26.
Oh,
and
right.
Matsuri
So
is
was
27.
Matsuri the newest one?
Yeah.
Okay.
So we're gonna get
So we get
Usa-chan,
Usa,
Meru,
baby
Saki,
Usa's gonna. Oh man, Moonlight, prepare. We got baby Meru, baby Saki, baby Nemu, baby Hasu.
and baby Hasu.
Okay, yeah,
the
that
baby
is
dog,
quicker than
yeah.
usual. Y'all,
Yeah, gonna be.
I think I know what's gonna happen. We have to shift it. We have to shake it up a little bit. It's quicker than usual. We're breaking formula. Baby Rentaro.
Oh, okay, that'd be interesting. Like, yeah, rather than the girlfriends being baby, we're gonna because Rentaro has not been babied yet. 'Cause I remember
Exactly.
Hakari, I think she did get babyfied the second time over.
Yep.
Or yeah. So I mean, it's only the only one left, or
Bro.
the only one left of the old guard
Think
is our
about
boy
it, bro.
Rentaro.
All the girls getting to like, oh my god, little baby Rentaro, and like they're all like fucking coddling him, and we know canonically that Rentaro from the moment he was a baby
Yeah.
was like a ladies' man. He was like, please.
He's still gonna take care of him. He's still gonna I mean, he's gonna be the one babying them, and he'll be like,
That's
who's the
perfect.
baby in this relationship?
We need that. I need that. Here's how I envision it because we still need to see the new girls as babies. So I don't know. Kusari comes out, Hahari comes out. It's like, all right, guys, it's time again. And they're like, wait, isn't this a little early? It's like, I can't wait. I cannot wait. It has to happen now. So like, Rentaro is going around like administering the baby drug or whatever, and then he's like, oops, and he like drops it or something, and then like he gets babied too. So it's Rentaro and all the new girls that are babies, and then the other girls have to take care of them. Please.
I mean, yeah.
And then finally, Hahari can change Rentaro's diaper.
Oh my god, yeah. Well, no, he's gonna have a titanium diaper, so it won't be able to.
Will the Astro Boy
Yeah,
alloy
yeah.
fucking shape?
Yeah. He's like, yeah, like luckily I already anticipated the situation, so I managed to get myself a an Astro Boy diaper just in case, because I didn't want Hahari to do anything truly illegal.
Yeah, oh my god, yeah,
to get this
please.
manga like canceled.
Woo, God, stick to changing the diaper, okay? Do not touch anything else.
Yeah.
Wowza. This is what my life is. This is what I talk about on the internet. And I wouldn't have it any other way.
So,
Final thoughts, my friend.
I guess a final thought. I need to text something because I saw on that on the my thing where she falls over. She says she has guac, which is a very specific, like, unless Red, you're not really into the Hololive community, but like, that guac was a very reminiscent of a certain oral crony from Hololive English's second generation promise, and recently, she made her maid debut where she was a maid on, and Twitter kind of they kind of they got a little horny over it, obviously, but I mean, I'm wondering, like, Tuesday, is this guac for the maid falling over? Is that a reference to a girl crony? Because I mean, I think Tuesday has fucking like Fauna's crony's genmate. He has her PFP and the thing, but
I wish I could help
pull up. Let me
add to this conversation in any way.
What you're gonna do? Pull up this. Pull up.
Are you sending it to me, or do I gotta pull it up?
Oh yeah, I'll give you the.
Do the work for me, Rios.
Well, but
No, tell me. Okay, what do you want me to pull up? Tell me.
Yeah, pull up. Yeah, oral crony maid. And then you go to Google images, and you'll see like all.
How do I spell that? It sounds like you're saying oral.
Oh, I put it in the oro. I put it in the Discord.
Damn you! You're making it so hard for no reason. This isn't very efficient of you. Okay.
Yeah, I'm only efficient when I have preparation. I'm like Batman. I need time.
Efficient with prep time. I see.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I'm looking at the Japanese, and she's just saying "ongya," which is a weird, but not.
You want me to just go to the images for her?
Yeah.
Okay, and then what were you saying about her deal in relation to this chapter?
Well, yeah, she became like a maid recently.
Oh,
and it made Twitter go horny crazy.
She's very cute.
Oh, definitely, yeah.
There's like a gif of her like twerking or something, or what is this? Yeah. Oh no, it's a sticker. Do you see this?
Wait.
Oro Coroni Hololive sticker tweaking, but it looks like she's twerking. Her ass is just going to town.
Yes, she did do that. But yeah, look up maid specifically, like Oro Coroni maid, because I mean that's the relevant. Yeah, this wasn't just me gushing over.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought it was
Miss Oro.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Yeah, in terms of girlfriends, I think her personality is most probably like a combination of like Mimi and like Himika maybe, or like very normal, like a very like a. I mean, she's goofy as fuck, but like her first impression is she's very put together, very deep, relaxing voice, kind of thing. But yeah,
that's cool. So you're saying she's kind of like Mimi and Himika combined?
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, she plays up being a very, very like she loves crony. Her favorite person role is crony. Kind of, she plays up being very narcissistic, but she's a sweetheart, as most of these Hololive people kind of have to be as beloved as they are.
So basically, like a smug, beautiful maid.
Yes,
I love that. So does she do the like like that laugh?
Yeah, I don't think she's. I mean, I think he's done it as like a joke, but that's not part of her. That's not part of her kayfabe or whatever.
Yeah. You know me. You know I'm Neoners loyal for the rest of my life.
Mm-hmm.
I'm willing to try new ones though. If you want to give me a couple recommendations at some point.
I mean, if you want like the horny gal from Hala, that'd be Narissa. She canonically does not wear panties, and she's very proud. Like she brought that up on like fucking.
Her pussy's just out while she's streaming, like underneath the desk. God bless.
And I will. I mean, as a little bit of self promotion, my most popular. I think my most popular fan art was basically a fan of her saying like, yeah, like her pulling up her skirt, showing like the benefits of not wearing panties, and extolling the explaining like how it helps you air out the girls. It helps you. Helps discharge down,
Exactly. Yeah, you got to get that shit aired out, man. Like, I can't even imagine having an internal, like, genital like that. Like, that's something that Allie and I discuss a lot. Where she's jealous of the fact that like the nice thing about the dick is that it's out. It's not in you, and when it's in you, there's so many different problems. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's a lot harder to keep clean.
Yeah.
But yeah. Anyway, yeah. The point of this was like tease that. Are you making a reference to our girl crony?
Well, I thought we were just on pussy talk right now.
Yep, my favorite version of TikTok, pussy talk, is like
There's a thing. As long as we're just in the weeds,
Yeah.
at Walmart, there's like an advertisement that keeps playing, and I think it's some kind of like mobile line or like oh, like get this mobile line and for the whole family, blah blah, but they call it straight talk. It's like straight talk, right? But I always hear it as straight talk, as in like the subsection of TikTok for heterosexuals.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure they probably have it, and the obvious question would be, are the straights okay?
What are they talking about over there?
The obvious answer is
the
no,
football game, the weather.
Yeah, talk about like a wife hate, animals hate their husband.
God, my wife, am I right? I just want to throw back a couple brewskis with the boys. Yeah. See, it's so funny how like
man cave.
It's so funny how gay coded all these heterosexuals are. They just don't realize it. Yeah. They're like, oh, when are you
with me and the girls?
When are you the happiest? Well, when I'm throwing one back with the boys, and then I have to go back to my wife. It's like, have you ever thought about being in a relationship with your boys? It's like, oh, what do you mean?
I have sex with men and relationships with women. That's how it's supposed to be.
You have to. We put on the front. I bring around my wife as if she's a trophy, but then in secret, I'm getting fucked in the ass in the man cave.
Yeah.
Yes,
the beard, as they call it. Yeah.
Well, if you want to get fucked in the ass in your man cave, subscribe.
Yeah. If you want to hear about straight talk, consider liking, commenting, subscribing. Because I mean, honestly, this manga is not very straight at all, but or maybe no. If you want to hear about poly talk, where I'm sure if there is such a thing, they would love to hear about this manga. But
yeah, this should be like required reading. If there's like a polycule enthusiasts like club somewhere, this should be like required reading.
That'd be crazy. Because aside from I guess the polyamory, there are some very crazy elements. I mean, we saw that recently, just last chapter with fucking vice principal. I mean, I'm sure the internet liberals, whatever, the internet lefts would have a field day with the fucking vice principal and other such.
See, that really is like the fucking media literacy just down the tube, right? Yeah. It's like.
Well, I mean, true, but I mean, to be honest, most people have the media literacy of Natty trying to read English.
Rios, are we better than everyone?
No, we're not better than them. They're just worse than us.
Yeah! High five.
That was my cope when I was like a 14-year-old. I was like, because I knew calling yourself smart was like narcissistic, and so I was like, so I would like say, I was like, why is everyone else like not on my level?
Yeah, the correct approach is that everyone should be like us.
Yes. Yeah, I guess, yeah.
Yeah. Well, in the sense of, I really do think we're good people, man. Like, I don't give a fuck. I'm sick of being goddamn humble. I'm a fucking awesome person, all right? Do I have problems? Sure. But, like, I fucking approach life in a really cool way. I'm fucking respectful. I'm fucking progressive.
Compared to, a certain subset of the population, I am definitely, I'm definitely a cat, as in my
Ooh, yeah, you are.
The bar is in hell, but I'm not just...
we're not just clearing hell. We're making it all the way to limbo at least.
Yes, at least. Yeah, I'm trying to get to heaven. But I'm at least in limbo. I'm at least in purgatory.
We can all only strive to Rentero's level, and that's
like the whole fucking he's our role model over here. We're just trying to.
It is insane how helpful it is for my relationship to just ask what would Rentero do whenever we have like an argument. It really it works, man.
They need to have like a Jesus style book, because I mean, really, you really could at this point you could fill like every single like permutation of like a relationship troubles you could have. Like Rentaro is probably in the manga, dealt with it in like, if not the best way, then like one of the best ways, like.
With the exception of taking care of himself, which will be his final lesson.
Yes, he will learn self-love is like you have to like he will be his 100 soulmate, I guess.
Yeah, and he looks in the mirror for the first time in his life. He's like, oh.
Yeah, and they take his app and make us think he's looking at us. Like, oh my god, he's like.
I still want that. I still think
Yeah.
that's how it should be. Yeah. And by the way, just to bring it back to what we were saying a little bit ago, where Rentro needs to learn about self-love, him being babified would be a great way to kind
Ooh,
of
yeah.
go into that, right? Like for the first time since this and obviously they've done nice things for him, but a real moment where he is actually helpless and all the girls get to take care of him and he gets to feel just like, oh wow, I feel like, obviously I'm always, before any discomfort can ever befall them, I quell it, I stop it, but like, here I am, I can't do anything, and they picked up the ball, just like I know they would have, I think you have a cool moment there.
Nakamura. I mean, you have the chance to do the most, maybe not the funniest thing, but like the most
Base.
dramatically satisfying. Yeah. That's the economical way of saying it. You have the chance to do
The
most
efficient
basic
way of saying
thing. Yes, yeah.
A chapter where Nano starts speaking like Akko, but like it's not in like the long drawn out way, but like using those like fucking phrases, because these phrases, they may be cringe, but they do get across your points much quicker.
As he starts using slang, basically, like, I went to Urban Dictionary and memorized every single slang, so now I am like, I'm trying to think of some slang to use.
These are free ideas, Nakamura. Okay, we won't sue you.
Yeah, I mean, because just Akko was right there speaking the
Lord's truth.
Yeah, the Queen's slang, the Queen's English.
I do love the idea of like Nato being so in the past I would have said, ah yes, I concur, a great idea, and now I can just say bet.
Yep. Bet, like, and you're like, okay. I mean, honestly, we have plenty of characters. I mean, Shizuka is constantly
bruv,
speaking slang, despite being bruv. Despite being a very well-spoken, I guess.
love it. Yeah, we need to have Carnate. Oh god.
Actually, I do we know how well-spoken Shizuka is? Because we don't really hear her like. I guess technically the way that she's choosing those words that she's speaking, but like how would she speak?
She wants to speak like a princess from a book, right? So like that's how she tends to.
Well, but if she wanted to do that, she could, because
yeah.
She has the book, but she chooses to say things like "bruv" and like "boss man," and like she doesn't have to say that. I'm sure the princess also is saying her own things. But.
Yeah, I think maybe you could interpret it as her getting more comfortable around the family, maybe, right? Because I feel like
but she's been saying that since the beginning. She's been using those. I mean, there have been moments like I remember the Karane, she's like a thing in one of the first day lives. Like she did. Like imitate some of the gallery speak when they were when Karna was going to get the crepes, but but she does use a lot of slang.
I'll say
like,
this. I can't imagine
she's fucking.
Oh, good. Sorry.
She fucking said bussin' and like so she's no stranger to the slang.
Well, I guess the way a different way to interpret it then would be like up until what Rentaro did for her, she did just literally speak by pointing at her book, right? Yeah. Now she has this app where yes, she has her entire book in there, but she also can just type shit, right? Yeah. So I guess maybe we are seeing her real self, right? Like whereas before it was only the book, and now she can just type like, "Bro, what the fuck?" when it would come out like, "Bruh, what the fuck?"
Yeah.
I love that.
This once again making me want to see more of the series animated. I want to hear more. Shizuka's like a text to speech, just saying crazier shit. So I remember some of the things that he said in the 100 or so chapters between when the anime's left off and where we are right now. And it's like, that girl has said some fucking out of pocket shit, but
God, and again, I just love it because you wouldn't expect that. Anyone else writes a character like that, she's just gonna be a floof, and she is a floof, but she's a floof who's willing to adapt and do the autistic thing where she mimics people around her. That's kind of another thing I get from her, right? Where it's like you said, right? Like she starts doing the British shit. It's like, oops, I hung out with a Brit for too long, and now I'm speaking British.
I'm getting infected.
All right. Well, should we wrap it? This actually somehow became one of our longer reviews, an hour and a half.
Yeah. Well, honestly, that's just these daily lives where they pull out. I don't know, something. Yeah, wrap it up. Pull it. Don't forget to pull out if you didn't wrap it up.
And with that,
yeah.
Arrest the
I
vice
love.
principal. I want you to know, I did a little bit of Googling on like all of her crimes. I mean, it's just beyond a life sentence. We're talking like 3 consecutive life sentences.
Yeah, she's gonna need that immortality potion to serve all those sentences. Like,
I'm sorry. One last thing. In Bleach, Aizen, the main villain of Bleach. I don't know if you remember. They put him in Muken, their like special fucking Soul Society prison. They put him in there for like 20,000 years, and I just love the idea that like, yeah, well, in 20,000 years, we'll just let you out.
crazy. Yeah,
It's a long time, but it's Aizen. Like, you're just gonna be like, well, it's 20,000 years. I mean, that's what we said.
I mean, given that Xylopirogron treatment, right before he died, and after he'd been drugged to hell and back by Kurotsuki, like a fucking like a Kusari. So,
Yeah.
I mean,
That's
if
a
Rentaro
perfect.
got that,
Go ahead. Sorry.
if Rentaro got the speed reaction time up by like 1,000%. I mean, that's probably he probably got that drug from Kusari like day one. That's probably how he was able to pull off all the shit he does. He's able to manage it because of his love for.
You're telling me that there's. I'm kidding, obviously, because I wouldn't want his love to be like enhanced like steroids. But I do love the idea that there's gonna be a reveal, a la fucking like Hermione in fucking what's the third one again? At Prisoner of Azkaban. Yeah, there's gonna be a reveal where it's like, actually the reason he's able to, I gave him the split yourself into 3 alternate timelines drug, and it's like, what are you how is that a drug?
Yeah.
All right. Well, we've actually we are now talking for so long that we're actually wasting really good bits. Like this is such funny content that should be in the beginning of future reviews, but the ideas just keep flowing. We're just too good.
Wait, did we end the thing?
We're still recording.
Oh. Yeah, I actually was not sure if we even ended. I was like,
see, this is just how we talk, guys. It's real.
Happy to go along either way, but
happy question mark or happy?
Oh, no, happy exclamation mark.
Ooh. All right, I love you guys.
I'll add that.
Rios.
Add that one of these days.
Oh yeah. Final thoughts.
Final thoughts. Instead of legalize nukes, illegalize, imprison the vice principal. We need to make that. We need to make that a saying. Lock her up, please.
You know that person that's making the Karane Ace Attorney game? Mm-hmm. The vice principal needs to be a defendant.
Yes.
Please. We will play that on stream at some point, by the way. All right.
One of these days.
Peace out.
And if you would like to be notified, consider subscribing. Yes. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's actually our good call to action.
Yes.
Yeah. Let's end before we screwed up.
Love, peace, chicken grease.
Yeah.